Well, good evening, everybody. Welcome to the next game in the 1967 AL Pennant Chase, as it involves the Boston Red Sox and the Detroit Tigers. Started out with four teams. The Twins and the White Sox played themselves out of this, and so now we're down to two left standing. And standings with 10 games left to play. Actually, 9 games left to play. I take it back. 9 games left to play. Boston is 2 games back of Detroit. Detroit 89-64, Boston 87-66. So it would behoove Boston to win as many as possible. They really can't afford to lose, especially to lesser teams like the Cleveland Indians. So let me see what you guys are seeing. Looks like I need to push this up just a hair to fit everything in here. Hello, Ben. How you doing? All right, so I think that gets pretty much everything in here. Looks like it does. Dice tray is just a hair not showing, so I hope that it looks like it'll show now. All right. Hello, Tony. How you doing? Haven't seen you in a while. 96 inside pitch. 96 was an interesting season. Not many people play that season. That was like the first renaissance of the Yankee dynasty, where they came back and beat the Braves. Famous Jim Leyrit's home run off of Mark Wohlers that really turned that series around. All right, so our pitching matchup for today's game for the Boston Red Sox is going to be right-hander Gary Bell, ironically a former Indian. He started the season with Cleveland, and he'll be opposed by Steve Hargan. So a couple of right-handers on the mound for each team. Do have the dice. Got them Cleveland Indian colored dice as best I could. Hello, Brian. I brought the lineup boards back just for you, just so you could be happy about that, and hopefully it adds something to the video. We shall see, or to the stream in this case, whatever the case may be. All right, so we are ready to go. And we're going to start out with Steve Hargan on the mound, finishing up the warm-up tosses. And Jose Tartabull. You won't find lineup boards like this on that other channel. I can guarantee you that, Brian. All right. So we're ready to go. Jose Tartabull. And there's Cleveland Stadium right there. I do have the outfielder arms equivalents for when it comes up. I know the glare is kind of bad on that, but that's what I've got. So when it's called for, we'll bring it on. Yeah, score sheet, Tony, has to be prominent because people like to see the score sheet for what they don't care about moving the base runners around the board. They just want to see the score sheet. Meat and potatoes. Go back to meat and potatoes. So the lineup board's kind of just my part of an accoutrement, along with the line score, made it bigger than what's on this sheet, so it's easier to see. Boston did to win this game in real world 6-5. And how about that? Brian, I think you said double switches 3 times and Beetle RJL showed up. So be careful what you say 3 times because it'll cause RJL to show up. So, all right, so we are ready to go. Steve Hargan facing Jose Tartabull. We're underway. 3-6, and that's going to be a range play right off the bat. Range play on Jose Tartabull's card. 3-4, and that is a ground ball to the pitcher, Hargan. He's a 5. So 1-5, he'll make this play. And he does. So Steve Hargan throws out Tartabull. 1 away, and that brings up second baseman Mike Andrews. 4-5, and that is a strikeout chance. 13. It's going to be too high. Go to Andrews. 1-3. A liner to third. He hit it hard, but right at the third baseman, Max Alvis, who makes the catch for out number 2. And that'll bring up Yaz. 2-3, strikeout chance 5. He's a 6. Stadium actually adds 2 more. Struck out Yaz, and that's going to end the half inning. For the Red Sox, no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. We go to the bottom of the first. Boston nothing. Cleveland coming to bat. And Gary Bell, former Cleveland Indian, will be on the bump for the Red Sox. And for those that came in a little bit later, this is what they're playing for. 9 games left in the season. Detroit leads by 2. So Boston really can't afford to lose too many more games. They're going to have to pretty much go like 7-2 and hope that Detroit loses some games. They get some help, like Boston did in real world, where the Angels knocked off the Tigers last day of the season to help the Red Sox secure the victory. All right, here's Gary Bell to Davalillo. 4-6 for Gary Bell is a strikeout. 18 is too high, and that'll bring up Davalillo. 5-6, ground ball to second, and there's one away. Brian B., I'm going to move this over because it's kind of getting a little bit busy in here, so I'll bring it back when it's needed, when we are looking for what do you call it? For, when it comes to be bullpen time or pinch hitting time, I'll bring it back. So here is Rich Scheinblum, right fielder. Bell, 2-2, and against, he's a switch hitter, so batting left, that's a blank, not a strikeout plus like it would be against a righty. So we go to Scheinblum, 5-1, fly to center. That's 2 away. I actually was going to do this game right after RJL's ticker, but I'd forgotten. He reminded me that he's off tonight, getting ready for the All-Star game, so that allowed me to play more of a primetime game instead of waiting so late. So 2-2, strike. This hits same result. Strikeout plus. This time Hinton's a righty, so it is a strikeout plus. He strikes out 11. The plus is a 21. Stadium's a 23, so the 20 fits. And that's going to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. So at the end of 1, nothing's been decided here from Cleveland Stadium. Tigers are onlookers. They are off today. They do not play on September 21st. Both teams have doubleheaders on September 22nd. Boston will be at Baltimore. Detroit will be at Washington. So they both have doubleheaders on the September 22nd date, and I will do videos of both doubleheaders. So one doubleheader in one city, one doubleheader in the next city. So you will see every game on video. No more computer stuff. This is every game on video. Cards and dice. Here's Hargan to George Scott. 6-6. That's a blank. Walk plus to a lefty, but blank to a righty. The Boomer, 3-2, is going to ground it to short. Easy play for Larry Brown, and there's one away for Reggie Smith. 4-2, and that's a possible error on whoever Reggie Smith hits the ball to. 4-5, that is a star 1, which is a ground ball to second. Possible error on Vern Fuller. Vern Fuller, his error rating is only a 4. That's a 20, so Vern Fuller will make the play with no issues. 2 down for Dalton Jones, part of the revolving door at third base for the Red Sox all season. 2-4, and that's a possible error on a ground ball. 1-4 is a fly to center, so no error to worry about. It's another 3 up and 3 down for Steve Hargan. And neither offense came to play yet. No one's gotten on base. No one's come close, really. And we go to the bottom of the second. Still nothing. And Tony Horton, the batter. Bell, 4-4, is a hit by pitch. He's a 7, -2 is a 5. That's a 9. No hit by pitch. Pitch came inside, but did not hit him. Now here's Horton, 3-3. He's going to single to right field. And as soon as I say nobody gets a hit, there's Tony Horton with a base hit. His attempt to get the lead is only a 1. But if he does get the lead, he's got a 20 here. So never know. Nope, 2, we can't do it. There's a hit and run in play. If you want to do a hit and run with Max Alvis. Actually, that's not a bad idea because Tony Horton, if it's a failed hit and run, he's got a 20 sitting right here. So we're going to do a hit and run with Max Alvis. And I'll get my chart out just to refresh my memory on hit and runs as far as what gets taken, over, or what, effects they have. I'll show them on the chart real quick. All ground ball double play ratings are -2. All base run ratings are +2. Home run and walk rates are batter cut in half, and all lineouts are automatic double play. If the batter strikes out, resolve with a steal, -2 on the rate. But he's got a 20, so the -2 is not going to hurt him very much. So I feel like the hit and run might be the way to go. So Bell, 5-4. That is a walk chance. Now, walks are cut in half, remember. That's what it says. It says walks are cut in half. So he walks at an 8. It's cut in half down to a 4. -1's a 3, so that's 6 fails. It will not be a walk. So Alvis will swing on the hit and run, and there goes Horton. 3-6. It's a ground ball to second. So again, double plays are -2. So right now his double play is a 3, 0, halfway is a 4, and the shortstop, Petrocelli, is a 0. So right now it's a 1-4, but it's actually now a 1-2 because it's cut in half by the hit and run. So a 1-2, they still turn a double play, and they do. So that's, even on a hit and run, they still turn the double play. So 4-6-3 double play, even despite the hit and run. Alvis hits into the double play. So they tried the hit and run, and it didn't help them at all. Doesn't work. All right, here's Gary Bell. 6-4 strikeout. That's a 1, and that's going to be gone. Askew is out of there. Innings over. No runs a hit, no errors, and nobody left thanks to the double play. And we go to the third. No score. Still from the mistake by the lake, Cleveland Stadium. Enrico Petrocelli will lead it off, followed by Gibson and Bell. 5-4. That is a range play at the park. Going to Cleveland Stadium for the first time, it is a range play. 5-5 is a blank, so it's no longer a range play. It's now a rare play. So that overrides the range play. We go straight to the rare play. And we get a 65. Inside pitch possibly hits batter, resolved like hit by pitch. Either way, the batter charges them out, causing a bench clearing brawl. One player this is one of RJL's favorite rare plays, I think. One player from each team is thrown out, rolling the 1d20 for each team, with 1-9 being the players at that position in the game, 10-20 being a bench player ranked by ABs 1-11. Pitcher and batter also thrown out. So that's the most important one, is Steve Hargan has been thrown out of the game. So it's a bench clearing brawl. First of all, we're going to resolve like a hit by pitch. That's the first thing. 7 -5 is a 2. So I doubt there's going to be a pinch hit there, or hit by pitch. You don't use that rare play unless there's been too high. Okay, that's probably a good idea. So let's go to something else, because it says on the chart, if it doesn't apply, redo. So we're gonna redo. We're not gonna brawl. We're gonna redo. That's an 11. Hitter fouls off his foot. Check injury for batter. Well, I am doing injuries per game, not for the series, not for the season, but just for this one game, he could be injured. And Petrocelli's a 2. So on the injury, on a 2, if we roll a 1, then he does not miss any time. Anything else, he's going to miss some time. And he does. So Rico Petrocelli will have to leave the ball game, and the Red Sox will have to go to their bench early for a shortstop. How about that? So the shortstop that they're going to go with, they don't have a whole lot of choices to play shortstop. They can move Andrews over. They're going to have to move Andrews over to short. And they're going to bring in Jerry Adair to play second, because Jerry Adair can't play short worth a toot. So they're going to move. So let's fix this here. Andrews is now a shortstop. He's a 320. Whoops. 320 and a 0 on his pivot at shortstop. And for Petrocelli now, it will be Adair at second base. And he's a 370 for Adair. And he runs at a 3. So if we go to our lineup boards, Mr. Petrocelli is gone. Andrews is now the shortstop. And at second base is now Adair. So Adair has been used. So there we go. So those are the changes, and that means that Adair is going to hit here, because that was just a foul ball off the foot. He was not out. So he will go ahead and hit, since it was not an actual, making it out here. So let me get my guys in place. Here is Rico is going to have to leave the game. He can't continue. Too much throbbing in the foot. Even the that cold spray they used to spray back in the day, that didn't seem to help him either. So Adair is actually going to lead off the top of the third now, followed by Gibson, Bell, and Tartable. And he inherits a no ball, 1 strike count. Not that that matters. So Hargan, 4-6 is a walk chance, 4, and he'll draw the bet. No, he won't. He's a 4, -1 from the stadium, so it will not be a walk. Adair started to flip his bat, started to move to first, and the umpire says, "Get back here, buddy." Here's Adair, 5-6, he's going to fly to left. So kind of an embarrassment there for Adair, to thinking he drew the walk, and it was only a 3-ball count. And he is out of there. Flew left field, and Hinton took care of it. Here's Russ Gibson. 3-1, walk chance, 5. That will be good for a walk. So first base runner for Boston, it's Russ Gibson. He has no attempt. Gary Bell will bunt. Corners are in for the bunt for Gary Bell. And we'll go to our bunt chart. First we'll roll and make sure there's no pickoffs. There are not. Then we roll and see if there's a strikeout or not. 2-4, that's a error on a ground ball, so it's possible error on this bunt. So first we see where the bunt went. It went to the catcher, or it's in front of the plate for the catcher, and the catcher is Askew. His error rating is only a 2. So first we're going to resolve the bunt play, and then see if there's an error on top of that. He is a 3 bunter with the corners in. He turns to a 2 bunter, so he needs really a 1 to 10 to have a good bunt. And he does. It's a good bunt. Now we're checking for the error. It's a 1 to 2. Nope, no error, but it's a good bunt for Gary Bell right in front of the plate. Sacrifice hit goes 2 to 4, covering first base. Gibson will take second on the successful sacrifice fly. So he's in scoring position with 2 outs, and that will bring up Jose Tartable. Nothing on the strategy. Hargan to Tartable. 3-6 is a range play. So we go to Tartable for the range play. 5-1, single to left field, but it's a range check on Hinton. Hinton's range is a 3. A 3 for Chuck Hinton. There he is right there. He's a 3. Chuck Hinton is a 3. So 1 to 3, and he will make this catch. He does. So Hinton takes the hit away from Tartable, and that ends the inning. Turns it into a F7. No runs, no hits, no errors, and 1 left. We go to the bottom of the third, still no score. And the Red Sox, for this game only, are without Rico Petrocelli. He will be back for the doubleheader against the Orioles. In fact, he's already probably maybe looking to fly to Baltimore to get some treatment early, so he can be ready for that doubleheader. All right. And, of course, on the 21st, the Tigers did not play. They have the game off, so they have plenty of time to travel to Washington and get set up for the doubleheader. Here's Gary Bell to Vern Fuller. 3-2, strikeout 17, way too high. Go to Fuller. 5-6, and that is a ground ball to third. 1 away. Brings up Larry Brown. Larry Brown. Bell, 6-6 is a walk chance, and a 2 there. That definitely is a base on balls. So Larry Brown will walk. He's got an attempt of 1. In case anything's happening. Nope. But there is going to be a bunt because we're at the pitcher spot. So Hargan will bunt. Go through the same routine we did before. He's a 3, becomes a 2 with the corners in. But first we check for, we've already checked for the strategy roll. Now we're going to check and see if there's a strikeout involved. 6-3 is a range play. So I believe range plays, let's see, does it say anything about range plays on here? Proceed with bunt, use chart. Okay, so range play. It says proceed with bunt, use charts. I'm thinking that means, oh, it does say you check for error. on errors, and so I'm assuming he means you check for range play as well. See if he gets to it. So let's see who the fielder is. 2, which means it's the pitcher, Bell. His range is a 5, so most likely he will get to this, but we'll see if it's a good bunt or not. It's a 3. It is a good bunt, but now can Bell get to it? He needs a 5 or less, and he does. So it's a good bunt, and it's going to go 1 to 4 with Brown going to second base. So good bunt. Bell was up to the task on that range play. So 2 down for Davalillo. 20, so that means a 1. If we roll a 1, Bell will pick off Larry Brown. Nope, he gets back. So here's Bell to Davalillo. 1-1, ballpark card going to Cleveland Stadium. 6-4, it's a ground ball to first, and that's going to end the inning. No runs, no hits, no errors, and a man left. At the end of 3, we got goose eggs here in Cleveland. Goose eggs abound here in Cleveland. Tabby is in the room, but she is being very quiet. She's all stretched out, being comfortable, so hopefully she stays there and there will not be any feline delays. All right, so Steve Hargan back out to start the 4th, and he's going to be facing Mike Andrews, who is the new shortstop, as he moved from second to short after the Petrocelli injury. 3-4, and that's a home run question mark. 1 to 7, that fails, so Andrews will not homer, but he does get to swing. 5-6, star 1 is a ground ball to second, and Vern Fuller will throw him out. 1 away. Here's Yaz. Struck out his first chance. Hargan 4-2. This is a possible error. Yaz could reach on an error. Let's see where he hits the ball. Puts it in play somewhere. 5-6 is a single to first, so it's not an error check anymore. It's a speed check. 1 to 3, Yastrzemski will beat this out for an infield single. 4, 5, or 6, he's out. He beats it out. Yastrzemski gets a base hit. Yastrzemski using those, well, in 67 he was very young, so he was in prime, so he had some speed going for him. In fact, he's got an attempt of 2, plus 1 from Hargan's of 3 to get the lead. Cannot get it, so he will hold fast. For the boomer, George Scott. Hargan to Scott. 1-3, wild pitch. That's an 18, though, so no wild pitch, just ball 1, as Askew blocked it. 5-2, that's a pitcher result against a right-hander. 1 to 8's a single. That's a 10, though, so it's a blank. Go to Scott. 6-1, ground ball to short, possible double play. He's a 2. Hargan adds 1 for 3, halfway's a 4. The pivot is Fuller, he's a 0. 1 to 4, and the Tribe have turned the double play. And they have. They have turned the double play. 6-4-3. Just what the doctor ordered. And that's going to do it for the Red Sox. No runs, 1 hit, no errors, and nobody left thanks to the double play. We go to the bottom of the 4th. Still no score from Cleveland. And Rich Scheinblum is on. Bell to Scheinblum. 4-6 is a strikeout chance. That's a 3. He's out of there. Scheinblum did not shine very well on that one. Here's Chuck Hinton, left fielder. Bell 2-1. Possible error on a throw. Hinton 2-5. That's a single to third base. So I don't know if there's a throwing error. It looks like I think you still check for the throwing error. Let's take a look here. Error on a throw. S5 is a number 9. Infield single with 1 extra base advancement on a bad throw. Well, let's see. The infield, let's see here. 2-5 was to third base. So the third baseman error rating, Dalton Jones is a 19, so that's definitely an error, throwing error on Dalton Jones. So it'll be a single plus a throwing error on Dalton Jones. So we know Hinton gets second base. He could get third base, possibly. It says infield single, 1 extra base, 1 bad throw. Otherwise, everyone. Okay, so no, you can't get to 30. Only gets to, there is no checking anywhere else. It's just an E5 single plus an E5 puts him at second base with one out. Strategy's a 20, so Bell could pick him off second base with a 1. And cannot. So Hinton will stay where he is. And Tony Horton, see if he can hear a who. 4-4, hit by pitch. Will not be hit by the pitch, so we go to Horton. 1-5, star 3, ground ball to second. That'll get the runner to third. And the error may have prevented a double play on top of that. So there's 2 away, runner now at third in Chuck Hinton for Max Alvis. Alvis. Bell to Alvis, 6-5, strikeout chance 10. He's a 9. Stadium adds 2, so struck him out. Ends the inning. No runs, a hit, 1 error, and 1 left. 4 innings are done. Let's fix this. I don't like the way that looks. 4 innings in the books, and we got nothing but goose eggs. And that'll send up Reggie Smith. Reggie Smith. Smith grounded to second, his first chance. Hargan, 4-6, walk chance, 11. He walks at a 10, but staying -1, so no walk. 1-2, he will single though. Singles it, and Horton couldn't handle it, but will be scored a base hit. And Reggie Smith actually has an attempt of 4, 1-4 to get the lead. And he does, so he gets a chance to steal 15. -1's a 14, and Askew's a -2 for a 12. 1-12, they're going to send him anyway, 60%. And he gets thrown out, caught stealing. It's going to go 2-6 as Larry Brown was covering second with the lefty Dalton Jones at the plate. So they try to get aggressive, and Joe Askew says, no thank you. You're not running on me. So here's Hargan to Dalton Jones. 3-1's a walk chance. 17 is too much. We go to Dalton. 4-3, and it's a ground ball to second. So had he not tried to steal, it might have been a double play anyway. You never know. Anyways, 2 down, and here's Jerry Adair, second baseman. 4-1, strikeout chance 12 is too much. And 4-4 is a fly to center to end the inning. No runs, a hit. No errors, and nobody left thanks to the caught stealing. We go to the bottom of the 5th, no score. Well, 0 looked really bad, didn't it? I'm going to go back to school and learn how to write zeros. All right. Here we go, bottom 5. And who's going to lead off but the guy who threw out the base runner, Joe Askew, and his -2 arm. No, PF Tigers are not in town, but they are watching because they have the game. They have the September 21st off. Tabby is in the room, but she's quiet. She's sleeping behind. Yeah, she's sleeping behind me, so I don't want to disturb her right now. After this half inning, I may move my phone so you can see her, but just see how. But I'm afraid if I do that though, then now it might disturb her. So I don't know if I want to. I might just want to stay where I am and keep things status quo. Here's Bell to Askew, 2-5, possible error on a ground ball. Go to Askew. 3-3, and that's a power result to right field. Against a right-hander, goes to 16. That's a 5. That will be a double to right field. A double to right field. And the right fielder for the Red Sox is Tartable. He has no error rating, so there's no chance of an error. But Askew does hit a leadoff double. So how about that? He not only throws out Reggie Smith, but he leads off the next inning with a double. And now that brings up Vern Fuller. 5-3. That's a straight-up home run chance. Vern Fuller's a 14. That's a 12. It's long, and it is gone. Vern Fuller, 2-run home run. Don't know. He had 7 on the season, and this is one of them. A 2-run bomb off of Gary Bell, his former teammate, and the Tribe lead it 2-0. And the Tigers are watching on TV, and they are happy. Bell now has to regroup. Oh, for home run question mark, but it fails. So Larry Brown won't get a home run. In fact, he's going to ground it to third base. And Dalton Jones will make the play. One down. For Steve Hargan, who bunted his first time up, he's a 164 hitter. 2-5. That's a possible error on a ground ball, so he might reach anyway. 6-4, and that's fly to left, so no error to worry about. 2 down. And that'll bring up Vic Davalillo. He's 0 for 2. 2 ground ball outs. 2-2, and it's a blank. It's a strikeout plus to a righty, but Davalillo's a lefty. 4-1, ground ball to short, and that's going to do it. So Davalillo 0 for 3. So 2 runs, 2 hits, no errors, and nobody left. At the end of 5, we finally got some runs. Cleveland's 2, Boston nothing. And like I said, Tigers watching this on the flight to Washington on the plane. They're got the transistors out, I guess, back in '67. Probably didn't have the technology to watch it on the plane, but they probably have some sort of a radio feed or something in there. So here is Hargan to Russ Gibson. 5-5, strikeout chance, 4, got him. So Gibson out on strikes. Gary Bell is going to hit for himself. This is 1967, not 2023, so Bell will hit. 4-6 is a walk chance. 7, not going to walk him. So we go to Bell. 5-2, star 4. That is a ground ball to first. 2 down, and that will bring it over to Jose Tartable. Hargan, 4-6, walk chance. 11, Tartable walks at a 10, but the stadium takes away 1. No walk. 3-1, it's a ground ball to third, and that's going to do it. A 1-2-3 inning. The Red Sox bats have gone dormant. 2 lone singles, and that's been it. And in fact, they've both been eliminated. One on a double play and one on a caught stealing. So, except for this walk here, he's faced the minimum. So we go to the bottom of the 6th, and Gary Bell will be back out. He's only faced 19 batters. He can face 27, so he's still in good shape fatigue-wise. And now let me see. All right, I'm going to try something. Hope it doesn't. Hope this doesn't screw. Oh, see, I ruined it. I ruined it. I think I ruined it. I don't know. I'm going to try. Let me hold on a second. I'm going to try something. Let me see how I can do this. See if I can get this correct here. There's Tabby, right there. She's like, why are you disturbing me? Why do you want to disturb me? I was resting good and you had to get up and disturb me. Now I might have to cause 3 feline delays. That's what Tabby's saying. Okay, anyway, enough of that. I just wanted to let you know she was here, so. Back to the game at hand. Now I got to reorganize everything and hope that I got everything fit the way I needed. I had it before, so let me see where we're looking right now, and see if this is copacetic. Looks like everything is. Looks like I might have to go this way a little bit, and this way a little bit. How about that? Hey, ID, how you doing? You just missed Tabby. So anyway, Tabby said you screwed around and you messed me up. And hey, Marlon, how you doing? So she's not happy. In fact, she's turned her back to me, kind of giving me a poo-poo. So she's like, leave me alone. So, all right. She likes the sound of the dice tray, apparently. I don't know. All right, it's 2-0 Cleveland here in the bottom of the 6th. And again, the Red Sox down by 2 games in the standings with 9 to play. So they will fall 2.5 behind the Tigers and be in dire straits if they don't come back and win this game. Scheinblum is 0 for 2. Bell, 1-5 is a walk chance. 2, he will definitely walk him. So leadoff walk to Scheinblum. His attempt is a 2. 1-2. Get the lead. Can't do it. 18 could provide a bunt chance, but Hinton's got decent power. I'm not going to bunt with him. So I'm going to have him swing away. Here's Bell, 3-4, and that is a pitcher result. 1 to 19 is an out. That's a 7, so it will be an out, and the out is going to be a fly to right field. So 1 away as Hinton is retired for Tony Horton. Horton singled and grounded to second. Bell, 2-6, blank to a righty. The walk plus is to the lefty. Horton, 1-2, star one's a fly to left, so that's 2 down. And that'll send up Max Alvis. He's had a rough day, hitting to a double play and struck out 0 for 2. Nothing on the strategy. Here's Bell. 4-3, and that is a strikeout chance to a righty. He strikes out as a 9. Stadium has 2s and 11, so the 3 fits. And Max Alvis continues to struggle. But his Indians are in the lead 2-0. As we go to the top of the 7th. Hargan can face 31 batters, so he's definitely in good shape. He's only faced 19, so he can keep going. He's been in control. And due up for the Sox will be Andrews, Yastrzemski, and Scott. Numbers 2, 3, and 4 in the lineup. Hargan, 6-5, and that's a split chance against a righty. It's a strikeout chance. He's a 7. Stadium has 2 for 9. That 2 fits. So Andrews will be out of there on strikes. If he was a lefty, he'd have been out anyway, just not on strikes. So here is Carl Yastrzemski. 1-4 ballpark card going to Cleveland Stadium for Carl Yastrzemski. If he finds a home run, it's automatic because he's got a 20 there. That's a 4-1, and it's exactly what we got. A home run to center field for Carl Yastrzemski. Trying to take matters into his own hands. He crushes it. He crushes it. It's now 2-1 ball game as Carl Yastrzemski goes deep. And here is George Scott, the boomer. 2-2 strikeout. That's a 1. He's out of there. Strikes. That red dye. The number 1 has a little thing right in half where the little white stuff is. I might have to take some white out and fill it in, but that is a strikeout. So 2 down for Reggie Smith. Hargan, 5-5 strikeout chance. That's a 2. He's definitely out of there. So he strikes out the side, but he gives up a home run in between. And we go to the 7th inning stretch with the score Cleveland 2 and Boston 1. A white I don't have a crayon, so I'm going to have to use like whiteout or something, I guess. I don't know. I mean, I can look at it, and I've rolled it enough that everybody else watches it. When this comes up, when the red dye comes up like that, you know it's a 1. I mean, that's just by default. It's a 1. So we go to the bottom of the 7th. Hargan definitely in good shape for fatigue. He's not worried about that. Bell can face 4 more batters before he is tired. And he does bat 5th next inning. Actually, 4th next inning. So the Boston bullpen is loosening. And if we look at who the Boston bullpen, who they have Bucky Brandon. Let me get the full names of these guys so I don't forget anybody. They get Dave Moorhead, Bucky Brandon, Dave Moorhead, Dan Osinski, Gary Wazlewski, John Wyatt, Bill Landis, Sparky Lyle, and Billy Rohr are all available in the bullpen. And pinch hitting wise, when it comes to the pinch hitting, you got Joe Foy, Huck Harrelson, Elston Howard, Mike Ryan, and George Thomas from the right side, and Norm Seaburn from the left side. But right now they're going to have Gary Bell keep going. I did not stretch, but if you want to stretch, you're more than welcome to do it. But the game's kind of, I hate to jinx it, but it's kind of been rolling along pretty good. So I don't want to ruin anything. But I might stretch again and see if I can catch Tabby again without disturbing her too badly. So maybe I can keep her in check. We shall see. So let me take a look here, move my chair out of the way, and see if we can get Tabby over here. There's Tabby. There's Tabby. She made a noise. What do you say, Tabby? She doesn't like being disturbed, I can tell you that. So probably the last time I'm going to do that because she's probably looking for a feline delay if something comes up. So she's been fed, so I don't think she's worried about being hungry. But I don't speak cat, so I don't know what she wants. And now I just got to get everything together here and figure out what's showing and what's not and what I need to do and where I need to move it. Looks like I need to move it up a little bit like that to show the line score. And then maybe more like this to show the dice. That's the only bad part about doing something like that is you got to reposition everything. Maybe I need to go up higher so I can show everything. Maybe I got it down too low. It's possible too. So how about that? Let's try it this way. See how that does. Turn it down just a hair. That's the only bad thing about moving. I got the phone where I want it, so it's pointing where I want it. And then if I move it around, then we, lose stuff. So I think we're good right there. That's where we want it to be, right there. That way everybody can see everything, hopefully. All right. I'll check the focus just to make sure we're not out of focus here. I don't think we are. I think it's decent focus. Never hurts to do a quick correction. All right, so I did stretch. I guess that counts as stretching. So I did stretch. And don't forget to check out RJL's All-Star game from RFK Stadium tomorrow night. American League versus the National League. All right. Bottom of the 7th. Gary Bell to Askew. He's struck out and doubled. 3-5, and that is a strikeout chance. He's not tired. 16, though, is far too high for that. Go to Askew, 2-5. He grounds it to third. And Dalton Jones will take care of it. Here's Vern Fuller. His 2-run homer accounted for all the runs. Bell, 4-1. Strikeout plus, though. He won't be hitting a home run this time. He will get caught on strikes. 2 down for Larry Brown. He's walked and grounded to third. 6-6 is a walk chance. 15 will be too high. We go to Brown. 2-4, it's a ground ball to third, and it's an easy 1-2-3 inning for Gary Bell, and this might be his last inning because he bats fourth coming up this inning, and they would go to a pinch hitter, obviously, if that's the case. So we go to the 8th. Hargan is back out. He can face 31 batters. He has only faced 23, so he's definitely in good shape, and he's got a 2-1 lead. And Dalton Jones is your batter. It'll be Jones, Adair, and Gibson, and then a pinch hitter if we get that far. Hargan, 1-4, ballpark card, going to Cleveland Stadium. 1-5, that's a fly to left field. 1 away. That'll bring up Jerry Adair. He's 0 for 2 since coming in for the injured Petrocelli. 5-4, that's another range play at the ballpark. Going right back to the ballpark, but this time for a range check. 5-6, ground ball to third. We're checking the range of the third baseman. Max Alvis, he is a 3. 1-3, and Alvis will make the play. He does not. It's a base hit. Jerry Adair with a 1-out single. Strategy rolls are still on. It's only 1-run game, so his attempt is a 2 to get the lead. He does not, so Russ Gibson is your batter. We are in the 8th inning, so obviously substitutions are available, and the Red Sox will be going to their bench. Take out the weak-hitting catcher, Russ Gibson. He was 0 for 1 with a walk. He will leave, and they will bring on a pinch hitter. And again, pinch hitters available. Foy, Harrelson, Howard, Ryan Thomas, and Seaburn. So let's see who they might want to go to. Catching. None of their catchers can hit worth a toot, so if they brought in a catcher, it would be simply to play defense. So Joe Foy is going to hit for Russ Gibson, but then Mike Ryan is going to catch. So Ryan will end up being the new catcher. 3, 4, 15 and a 0 and is a 2. So Mike Ryan will stay in the game to catch in the bottom of the 8th, and Russ Gibson is out of there. And if we don't get a double play, there will be a pinch hitter for the pitcher, Bell, and that will be Hawk Harrelson. He has picked up a bat, and he is swinging the bat in the on-deck circle. But right now, Joe Foy stepping in a pinch-hitting role in a big spot. Was that a range play that went past third? Maybe I did forget to do that. Hold on. It is a 5. Maybe it should be a double. That's a good catch there, Ben. I missed that. It is a double because it went by him on a range play. You were absolutely correct. Actually, no. I take that back. I think it's just for the outfield. Let me double check this. Failed range play. Let me look it up here. Check the chart. That's the best way to go. Ground ball to third, G5. G5, ground ball to third. I don't see anything where you do that, so I think it's still a single. RJL can correct me but I believe that's just a single. I think the 5 and 6 thing is for flyouts to the outfield, but RJL can chime in if he's still around. Let's see here. Oh, you're right. It's shaded in pink. You are absolutely correct. Yep, you are absolutely correct. It is shaded in pink. It's not pretty in pink, but it's shaded in pink. So it is a double. You are correct. Shaded in pink. Absolutely correct. We got it straight, RJO. I got the rule down now. I got it. So we're good. So Adair doubles as he snuck it past a failed range play for Alvis, and then we rolled a 5, so that turns to a double. So with 1 out, the pinch hitter, Joe Foy, is your batter. He is the tying run. Hargan, 3-5. That's a ballpark check, so going back to Cleveland Stadium again. 1-3. It's a rare play, so we're going for a rare play with runners on base. Rare play, runners on base. 23. Grounded to third. If runner on first and second, he steps on the bag, throws a second, then do DP check on the hitter for possible triple play. Otherwise, it's a G5. Play as a G5. All right, we're playing as a G5. And so unless we roll a 6, the runner's got to hold. But he is a 6, so Adair will take third, even on the ground ball to third base. So 5-3 ground out for out number 2. Foy is out. And now the pinch hitter is Hawk Harrelson in a big spot. The Hawkaroo trying to put one on the board for the Red Sox and not grab some bench. Strategy roll for Hargan. Nothing going on. Harrelson. Hargan to Harrelson. 4-4. That is a strikeout chance. 18 is too high, so Harrelson gets the swing. 4-6. He's going to ground it to short, and that's going to end the inning. So they leave the runner at third base. No runs, a hit, no errors, and a man left. We go to the bottom of the 8th, and the Red Sox blow a golden opportunity to tie this ball game. And now they need a new pitcher for Gary Bell, as his day is done. We'll do the numbers on Gary Bell as well. That might be it for Hargan. We'll have to wait and see. I think it will be because he's set to lead off next inning. So I think that's going to be it for Hargan. I think they're going to cap him because he has faced now 27 batters. He can face 31. And so they may end up going to their bullpen to try to close out the game, but we'll see. Right now we are checking the totals on Gary Bell. He went 7 innings, and he gave up, of course, the 2 runs, both of them earned, one of them being the homer. He gave up 1, 2, 3, 4, only 4 hits. He walked 2, and he struck out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Struck out 6. So the line on Hargan, 7 innings pitched, 4 hits, 2 runs, all earned, 2 walks, 6 strikeouts, and he is the record. He is the loser of record at the moment. So the new pitcher for the Red Sox to try to come in and keep things where they are You're going to have a pinch hitter for Hargan, then Davalillo and Scheinblum. So 2 lefties and a switch. So they are going to go to... Boy, last game he imploded. But they're going to give him another chance. They're going to give Sparky Lyle another chance. He did really poorly in his last outing, but they're going to give him another chance. So Sparky Lyle is on. And much to the delight of RJL, there's not going to be a double switch involved because we just had a pinch hitter for the pitcher. So no double switch is needed. But we will need a pinch hitter for Cleveland. And they're obviously going to go to a right-hander now at this point. So we've used Lyle. And now the right-handers aren't that many. Demeter, Gonzalez, and Simone. And let's see, do any of them hit worth a crap? Demeter's 227. Simone is 227. Pedro Gonzalez is 228. But Demeter has more power. I want to go with Pedro Gonzalez to pinch hit. He will lead off the bottom of the 8th, pinch hitting. I said that all the right-handers are weak hitters, and I'm not using a lefty. Even though he has a better thing, it's just not real strategy. So I don't put lefty relievers or lefty pinch hitters in there against lefty relievers like they do on the other channel. I go by the percentages, just so you know. All right, here's Sparky Lyle. 1-4 strikeout plus. Didn't matter who I had in there. It's a strikeout. So Gonzalez is out of there. And now we flip the order over to Davalillo, who's 0 for 3. 1-3 is a blank to a lefty, so we go to Davalillo. 5-6, and that's a ground ball to second. And that's 2 away. Sparky Lyle does have the special K, but of course that number did not come into play. And now here's Scheinblum. And you wonder if they might put a defensive replacement in for Scheinblum in the top of the 9th. He's a +2 arm. Might want a better arm out there. Lyle to Scheinblum. 1-3. He's an automatic out as a switch hitter against a lefty pitcher. So it's an automatic out, and the automatic out will be a ground ball to third. So Scheinblum is out. Sparky Lyle goes 1-2-3 here in the 8th. We go to the the top of the 9th. Score 2-1 Cleveland. And now the Indians will look at their bullpen and see who they want to bring in. Who was their closer, per se, if they even had a definitive closer. Looks like Orlando Pena had 8 saves, but Bob Allen had 5 with a better ERA. And you have Tartable, Andrews, and Yastrzemski. 2 out of 3 are left-handed, so they're going with Bob Allen. He had less saves, but he had a better ERA. So Bob Allen will be on in the or coming in from the bullpen. Bob Allen. And let's see, they might pinch hit for Tartable. Probably will. Let's do the numbers on Hargan. He gave up the home run. That was his only run he gave up. How many hits? He only gave up 4 hits in 8 innings. And he walked 1. Just the 1. He walked Russ Gibson, and that was it. Strikes out 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 5 strikeouts. 3 of those in the same inning. So final line on Hargan, 8 innings pitched, 4 hits and a run, a walk and 5 strikeouts, and he stands to be the winner if Bob Allen can hold it. Tartable is your leadoff man, but he will not come to bat as he is being called back. And the Red Sox will be looking for a potential right-handed hitter to take the place. So, George Thomas will be your pinch hitter. Not very good, but it's the best they have from the right-hand side. Actually, it's the best they have of anybody left. So, George Thomas, Tartable is 223, Thomas 213, but he is a righty, and Allen is tough on lefties, so they want that righty in there. So Thomas, and if it goes to the bottom of the 9th, he would stay in the game to play right field. And coming in for defensive purposes for Cleveland, with that +2 arm of Scheinblum, they just don't like that. So, looking at their outfielders, they will have Don Demeter. He will come in place of Scheinblum in right field, where he is a 3-0-0 arm. So now it brings that single to right down to a 2 instead of a 4. You don't give away free bases. So Demeter is your new right fielder. Same error rating, or same range, no errors at all, and a better arm. And there's a 4 here. And whoever said that, oh yeah, Brian B., you are correct. You don't see defensive replacements like this on that other channel. You have got that right, sir. Not going to argue with you on that one. That is undeniable. All right, so here's George Thomas against Bob Allen. Top of the ninth, 2-1 Cleveland. Boston trying to avoid going 2 games down, or 2.5 games down to the Tigers. With only, what for them would be 8 games remaining. So kind of need a comeback here. 3-1, and again, had we used a lefty, that would have been a strikeout plus. So the great managing that you don't get on the other channel, that great managing bringing in a righty despite a lesser average, avoids the strikeout plus. So Thomas does get to hit. 4-3, and as a star 5, ground ball to short. So he's out, but he didn't strike out at least. And Thomas is retired. Here's Mike Andrews. Yaz is on deck, so you always have to watch out for Yaz. Allen, 3-6, ball 1 on a wild pitch. 1-5, and against a right-hander, that's a blank. Would have been a star. Would have been out against a lefty. He's tough on lefties, so they had to bring in that. They had to keep the righties in there. Andrews, 6-3. It's a star 3, which is a ground ball to third. So 2 up and 2 down, and here comes Yaz. Now Yaz does not have an automatic home run against lefties. Should have these down here because he's only a 16 out of 20, so it wouldn't be automatic if he got a home run here, but Bob Allen did not give up any home runs against lefties. They would have to come off the ballpark. Not going to come off his card. 4-4 is a strikeout chance, split chance here. Strikeout to a lefty, single to a righty. Strikeout chance here. He's a 6 plus 2 is an 8. That's a 5, and he got him. So Bob Allen comes in and does the job. And the poor Boston Red Sox drop another to the lowly Cleveland Indians, and their playoff hopes are fading in the dust. Fading in the dust. As Bob Allen gets the save. He gets a strikeout, nothing else. Gave up nothing. So for the Red Sox, 1 run on just 4 measly hits. And I don't believe there was 1 error, and that was on Dalton Jones. For Cleveland, 2 runs, and both came on the Vern Fuller 2-run homer. So 2 runs on just 4 hits themselves, but they committed no errors. Winning pitcher is Steve Hargan. Loser is Gary Bell, tough luck loser. And Bob Allen gets the save. More importantly, with that loss, the Red Sox now drop 2.5 at back as they are now 87 and 67. They are 2.5 back of Detroit, who is 89 and 64. Detroit is off on the 21st. On September 22nd, they both play doubleheaders. Detroit will be at Washington. Boston will be at Baltimore. So those will be the next broadcast in this series, or this replay on Sunday. On Sunday, we will have a doubleheader. Probably going to be recorded, so I can premiere it Sunday night with a doubleheader. That way I can take breaks and not have to go live for 3 hours or something. Next video on the channel, of course, will be the NBC game of the week, as the Houston Astros will be visiting Wrigley Field in Chicago to face the Chicago Cubs. And that will be on Saturday at 1 p.m. Eastern, which is kind of my new. I had 12, but I think 1 works better usually. So, well, I thank you there, RJL. Despite our little quips back and forth, you know, good broadcast when you see one. Nope, Brian B., you don't see doubleheaders. I think you might have played 1 doubleheader there one time before. I don't remember that, but I seem to remember him doing that one time back in the day, but I don't remember. But there is going to be he does play doubleheaders on another channel on but it's on Fast Score. Fast Score has lots of doubleheaders on it. So you do see doubleheaders on his channel, just to be fair, on Fast Score. So Tabby's still in her same spot. I'm not going to do anything to disturb her. But anyway, there's your final score, 2-1. Player of the game, you could give it to Hargan for pitching 8 solid innings, or you could give it to Vern Fuller for his 2-run homer. They were both important. Maybe a co-MVP might be in order. But either way, the Cleveland Indians have put a crimp in the Boston Red Sox by sweeping them in the last 2 games. And now Boston is 2.5 out. Boston is 2.5. That's why, RJL, that's why I am doing a recording so that I can pause the video in between doubleheaders and set everything back up. And so that way, on the video, it'll be seamless. There'll be no time in between and just move right on. But in real time, for me, I'll take a break between the games, but on video, it'll be seamless and it'll be like going from one game to the next. So that's why I'm doing that with that. And that's going to be on Sunday night that will post, probably around 7 o'clock. Since it's a doubleheader, I don't want it running real late. So probably post it about 7 o'clock as a premiere. But live stream Saturday, 1 o'clock p.m., Houston at Chicago, 1973 Stratomatic Super Advanced, as the 73 NBC Game of the Week is there at 1 o'clock. And then probably on Tuesday night, I'll present the doubleheader from Detroit. It'll be Detroit. I'm sorry, the doubleheader Sunday will actually be Detroit at Washington. The doubleheader on Tuesday will be Boston at Baltimore. So Detroit-Washington will be first. And Detroit will have their chance to put up 2 more wins and really bury the Red Sox. Or Washington could surprise them and bring the Red Sox back into contention. We shall see. But that's going to do it from here. Tabby didn't really like the fact that I disturbed her rest, but got a bad focus here at the end, didn't we? See if I can fix that. I don't know what happened to the focus on that. That got messed up big time. Anyway, I think it's better now. There we go. We fix that. There we go. And right now, RGL is saying you don't see me having focus. You don't see focus problems on that other channel. So, but when I'm dealing with nickel and dime equipment, that's what we get. So that's the way it goes. And hope you enjoy your Thursday evening. We're right in the path of this Debbie thing, so we're supposed to get about 3 inches of rain tonight and tomorrow, so that'll be fun. Be out driving in that all day. That'll be interesting. I'll have to, make sure I don't drown or whatever. So that's going to do it from here. Again, final score, Cleveland 2, Boston 1. Boston drops another game, and they fall 2.5 behind Detroit, and the Tigers are celebrating on the plane ride to the nation's capital. So that's going to do it from here. 20 inches. Good grief. Wow. But anyway, that's going to do it from here. And until next time, enjoy. And Tabby says farewell also. But until next time, until Saturday for the NBC Game of the Week, but actually tomorrow night, Robert's All-Star Game, 1967. Check that out. But until then, enjoy playing whatever game you choose to play, however you choose to play it. And I will see you all down the road.